Hi, I'm making a horsetail basket. You'll have to go back to the other horsetail basket videos to find out what my materials are, where I found this and all that, and picking it. So don't bother commenting and asking me on this video. Go look at the other one. Because when I comment, it blocks out your comments. I've realized that when I comment to everybody's and I go back and look at it later, all I see are my comments. I don't see anybody else's. You guys are important. I want to hear what you say. So we're randing. I think it's called randing. I might be wrong. I'm wrong a lot. It's okay to be wrong, you know. I hereby give you permission to make mistakes. It is okay to do it completely wrong and throw it away. Or you can do it wrong and save it to show that you did it, even though you did it wrong. It's okay. Some people think you have to be absolutely correct on everything you do. But that's really a load of poo-poo. Because you don't have to be perfect. You can just be you. And do it your way. And give other people permission to do it their own way too. You know, like I probably don't weave the proper way. Like if the English basket makers came and watched some of these videos, they might say, oh no. Did you see that mistake there? Like when I was weaving at Mira, and this woman who was, the most wonderful, sweet woman, Mary, who teaches us how to do this stuff, came over and said, oh Nancy, now wait a minute, you see what's happened here? And she was pointing out to me the things that had gone wrong in my weaving, where there were threads that were the same as the last row, and you know, just problems. And I never noticed that, and I didn't care. I still don't care. But now I know that there is a different way to do it. Isn't that a pretty end? I think I'll leave some of those pretty ends on. There is always a perfect way, but you know, perfection is something that you strive towards, perhaps, you know, but you don't need to do it. You have to do part one. You know, you don't teach a baby to build a house, you know, or to, you know, first you teach him, you know, to bang, so he bangs anyway, right? I don't know, that's not a good analogy. But you know what I mean. You have to start somewhere. And if your children didn't walk properly the first time they got up on their feet, would you say, oh, I'm sorry, no, you're doing it all wrong. Here, forget it. Just let me do it. Don't you do that. You know, like, of course not. You wouldn't do that. Unless you might feel like it, but no. So the first time you do stuff, you do make mistakes. You do it wrong, because that's the way you learn. You can't learn from, you know, the person that does it right didn't do it right the first time. So I hereby give you permission to fail. Experiment. If you need a label for it, say, I am experimenting. I am seeing how close to perfection I can get, if I care. You know, like I'm not doing it perfectly, I'm just doing what I know. And if anybody else thinks it should be perfect, well, they're welcome to do it themselves. But all the, you know, Michelangelo, you can be sure he didn't paint the Sistine Chapel first. That was after he painted many things. You know, Beethoven didn't write his symphonies before he learned to play the piano. I mean, his father would get him up in the middle of the night to practice the piano. It was long before he was writing symphonies. And so if you think you can't play the piano because you can't write symphonies, well, that's not true. You have to start somewhere. That's why our children don't go to university when they're 5. That would be silly, wouldn't it? It would be very funny if you had all these toddlers in university crawling out of their chairs. The professor up there looking all important and saying, could you please get back in your chairs? And how much would he be able to teach them anyway? That would really be funny. So I like that one. I want this one to end on the outside. So I'm going to put it on the outside with that one. Which is the wrong way, right? You're supposed to put it on the inside. But since you top and tail these, means you put the top in and then you put the bottom in when you're adding a new one. Now, how will I label this video? I wish somebody else would offer to label videos. Somebody that has watched them. Some of you used to do that. You used to put in the comment section, you would write Nancy today, how to weave with this. Or you might say, the comment might have, permission to fail. And then I could just quickly go through and I could add those titles, because I don't have time to do all this videos. And annual video takes no time at all, because it's happening while I'm happening. But I use up a lot of time trying to label the videos. So if any of you have spare time and you've already watched the videos, just stick some labels in the comments and I'll read your comments, and then I'll go, or if you really are into it, let me know and I'll let you just do it. And you can have my password and you can do the whole thing, but I have to trust you. I have to know you're not going to delete my profile. That would be bad. Bad. Very, very bad. How do you have time? Look at that. We're only 6 minutes. There. I'll put you at arm's length. I'm trying to give you different views so you can see what's going on here without my hands in the way all the time. Yeah, it's coming along very quick. Making a basket is very nice. You have a lovely basket when you're done. And these are all free materials. So you collect the willow in a swamp. You go in the swamp and you cut it in the spring. Make sure they're all cut down. And then by the fall they've grown back up. And then you can go harvest them. See, I should go back to those places I harvested all those willows from back in the spring. Remember that? I harvested last year's shoots. If I go back now, they'll be this year's shoots. And if I cut them off, then next year, they'll grow up perfectly. They won't fork. I better stop this one. Goodbye.